A senior Hong Kong judge named Lord Sumption wrote a highly misleading resignation rant in the FT that has annoyed his legal colleagues, not to mention the rest of Hong Kong. In discussions all over the city, his rant is being fact-checked and found wanting. I decided to do the same, but in Lord Sumption's own style, in the form of a dramatic court hearing being carried out in my imagination. Now, Lord Sumption, you began your rant describing some of Benny Tai's infamous 10-step plan to bring blood to the streets of Hong Kong and topple the Chinese government. You indicate that the subversion trial's guilty verdicts were, quote, legally indefensible, correct? Correct. But in your essay, you listed the opening steps of that plan and forgot to include the steps that include violence, blood on the streets, and toppling the government, right? Is that right? Maybe. Could you speak up, please? Maybe. Now, further, in your rant, you say that Hong Kong's national security law is illiberal, but you forgot to say that it is objectively milder than equivalent laws in other places, including the US, Singapore, the Philippines, even the UK, your homeland. You didn't mention those places, did you? I did not. Now, you've referred to media closed down by police action. Was this a reference to Apple Daily? Obviously. But the police didn't close it down, did they? Even Apple Daily agrees their records say it was closed down by its parent company for personnel reasons. And the parent company wasn't closed down until many months after the police visit, right? If you say so. Apple Daily bosses had a number of units, correct? A court heard that Apple Daily executive Mark Simon described one of them as being of a covert nature and saying it could be used to liaise with foreign organisations and collect funds, correct? Whatever. In your essay, you say people were jailed for publishing disloyal cartoon books for children. That's a quote. Are you aware that the Sheep and Wolf books were not for children? Do you know they were deeply bigoted texts cultivating hatred for mainland people who moved to Hong Kong, immigrant families? Well, that's not what the newspapers said. So, you didn't actually read the books yourself? No. Let me summarise one of the actual stories for you. Once there was a peaceful, happy community of sheep. Families of wolves immigrated to this place from a neighbouring land. The immigrants smelled bad. The immigrants carried disease. The immigrants defecated in public. The immigrants spread so much harm that the sheep had to fight back. And the story ends with a call to industrial action. Does that sound like a children's book? Would that be publishable in the UK, an anti-immigrant text like that? I told you I didn't read the book. So you made your accusations without evidence. And that's why Hong Kong's legal sector, full of good, hard-working people, are disappointed in you. In fact, it's pretty clear that the city's legal system works better without you. Hong Kong's defence rests.